So our concept is distortionless transmission line. So it is also a transmission line in which there will be no any distortions at the receiver end. So the signal which is transmitted through this transmission line does not have any distortions. So it is called as distortionless transmission line. So the conditions that are to be satisfied with this distortionless transmission line is, so here we will take alpha and beta values. So this alpha and beta are nothing but alpha is attenuation constant. So and this attenuation constant should be independent of frequency. So frequency indication is omega. Omega is nothing but 2 pi f. So it should be independent of frequency. So next beta. So and this beta should be linearly vary with omega, that is nothing but frequency. So if a transmission line satisfies these two conditions, then it is said to be a distortionless transmission line. So let us find the condition for distortionless transmission line. So firstly I have taken equation for propagation constant and as well as characteristic impedance. So by using the conditions of this distortionless transmission line, we will calculate propagation constant of distortion line as well as characteristic impedance of distortionless transmission line. So in this equation of propagation constant, so here I am taking L as common in this term and C as common in this second term. So that is I have taken L as common. So here there is no L. So it will be written in the denominator. So R by L plus j omega into, here I am taking C as common. So C into G by C plus j omega. Okay. So here I am using a condition, that is R by L is equals to G by C. So this is the condition for minimum attenuation. So minimum value of alpha. So attenuation. So minimum attenuation కోసం ఈ కండిషన్ ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం అన్నమాట. సో minimum attenuation condition. So what is minimum attenuation condition? So R by L is equals to G by C is the minimum attenuation condition, and I am using this condition for deriving the condition for distortionless transmission line. Okay, so I am substituting R by L in place of G by C. So by substituting R by L, we get P is equals to L into R by L plus j omega into C into G by C will be replaced with R by L. R by L plus j omega under root. So here R by L plus j omega both are same terms, so we can multiply and write it as squared. So and we can take these two terms out also. So RC LC into R by L plus j omega whole square. So by simplifying this, that is taking R by L plus j omega square term outside. So that is R by L plus j omega into root LC. So we have to multiply this term. So that is P is equals to R by L into root LC plus j omega into root LC. So in this term, compare the real and imaginary terms. So by comparing this real and imaginary terms, we get, so nothing but here P is alpha plus j beta. So P can be written as alpha plus j beta. So alpha plus j beta is equals to R by L into root LC. So here root LC. So this root L can be cancelled in this L, root L times. So we can write this as R into root C by L. This term can be written as R into root C by L. So this root L is cancelled in this L, root L times. So R into root C by L plus j omega into root LC. Okay. So by comparing real and imaginary terms, we get alpha is equals to R into root C by L, consider it as equation 1. So and beta is equals to omega into, so beta is equals to omega into root L into C. So we got alpha and beta value. So now take this equation Z naught. So Z naught is equals to, so in this condition I am taking L as common. So by taking L as common, L into R by L plus J omega divided by, so in the denominator term I am taking C as common. So C into G by C plus J omega. So here also we are using the condition for attenuation, R by L is equals to Z by C. So by using that condition, Z naught is equals to L into R by L plus J omega divided by C into G by C will be replaced with R by L from minimum attenuation condition. So R by L plus J omega. So we can cancel R by L plus J omega, R by L plus J omega. So Z naught will be, this will be under root. So Z naught will be root L by C. So we got equation for characteristic impedance. So now let us calculate phase velocity equation. So we know that Vp, phase velocity Vp is equals to omega by beta. So here we know beta value. So beta value is nothing but omega into root LC. So omega into root LC, which we have calculated from phase constant P. So omega will be cancelled. Here Vp is equals to 1 by root LC. So we have calculated phase velocity Vp, alpha and beta values, at the same time characteristic impedance Z naught. So these three equations are calculated by using the condition R by L is equals to Z by C. So this is the condition we have used in this to determine phase velocity, characteristic impedance, attenuation constant, phase constant. Okay. So here when we are seeing this equation for alpha, that is phase constant, so we get alpha is equals to R into root C by L. So in this alpha is independent of omega. So there is no omega present in this condition. So next beta is equals to omega into root LC. So in this equation we have beta, in the equation of beta we have omega. So that is omega, this beta is directly proportional to frequency. So that means this beta varies linearly with omega and this alpha is independent of frequency. That means there is no any frequency term in this equation. So we can tell that R by L is equals to G by C is the condition for distortionless transmission line. So and also this is the condition for minimum attenuation also. Okay. Thank you.